What happens when walking into a town hall requires surrendering your ID, as if you're boarding a plane instead of visiting your own public building? In this shocking encounter, and even demands that challenge the very foundation of the Constitution. But as tensions rise, so do the questions: who really owns these buildings, and what rights are we giving up without even knowing?
No, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, I'm okay.
Are you recording?
Yes, I am. I am recording. Yeah,
Why?
I'm just recording, ma'am. That's all.
You're not allowed to record in the government office.
No, I sure can record in the government office for sure. Yeah, for sure.
What is it you need?
No, I don't need anything at this time, ma'am.
Well, you have
Thank
to leave
you.
our office. You can't sit in here recording.
Yeah, I'm not in any kind of restricted area or anything like that. So
Excuse me?
I said I'm not in any kind of restricted area. I'm in a public building.
You can't come into a public office and video.
Yes, I can.
I'm not going to argue. Where's
You,
Jerry?
You shouldn't argue.
Can you explain this man? He can't just walk in our office and sit here videotaping us? He's not here for anything. He's just in our office videotaping.
Hey Jerry, if you could explain, I'm sure you haven't given me a hard time now, so I'm sure you know.
Well, if they don't want you to videotape them, then don't videotape.
Well, that office you can. That's New York State. That's Albany's direct office. Is that registrar's office? So
Uh-huh.
you can't, all his vital records are private, so you can't record.
Yeah,
them.
but it's open to the public, so anything that's open to the public, I can record.
No, because we talk personal matters in there with people on the phone and stuff. It's Privacy Act. You
Yeah,
cannot do
that's
that.
not
All right.
true.
Anyway.
Jared,
That's-
can you please?
That's not true,
You're the security guard. You need to do something with him.
ma'am. You should allow Jerry not to put his job and
Don't
his.
go in the office and stay out of the office.
You can't come in
Yeah.
and videotape us. I'm sorry. You can't.
No,
You have no
but
reason to.
yeah, I can. I do, and I do have a reason, ma'am.
What is your reason?
It's a constitutionally protected reason, ma'am.
But you just walked in here, but what did you walk in here for?
I'm gonna tell you, Jerry, what I'm here to do. Ready? I'm gathering. I'm a journalist, independent journalist, gathering content for a story. So that's what I'm letting you know my
They're
purpose.
complaining about you recording, then don't
That's.
record
I
them.
mean, they can complain all they like. It's not really.
Then don't record them.
So now they're refusing services to the public by locking the door. That's
Is there a
that's
reason
definitely.
why you're recording?
Yeah, I told Jerry.
Okay, can you tell me?
Yeah, sure. I'll let you know. Just because this woman over here seems to be escalating things. I'm an independent journalist. I'm gathering content for a story. So I'm just videotaping in your town hall here, in our town hall. And that's all I'm doing. And what they're doing right now. And may I ask who you are and what position you hold here? I don't think so.
Not-
Only because you're a public employee. So your name is public information, and you work for the public. Yeah, and you wear name tags. Exactly. So.
Right.
No, I'm just trying to
I'm
assess
just going
whether.
to call the town attorney's office and our public safety officer to make sure that this is allowable.
Sure, yeah, you
Because
could do
from
that.
my understanding, it's not. So
Well,
I'm just going to go ahead
It's a
and
good,
do that.
it's a good education experience
But-
for everybody.
You're right, but you get a lot further, with honey rather than with vinegar, right? So if you needed any information, if you needed anything, it's a lot easier to
have-
speak to any of us.
But ma'am, have I been disrespectful to any of you here? No, I haven't. I'm just.
Recording
that-
is
that's-
not usually something that
That's
is
not
done
disrespect.
in a government office. So
Yeah, no,
just
you're.
hold on one second.
You're
Let me just
you're,
give a
you're
couple
mistaken.
calls,
But okay.
and then let me just
You could
figure
do whatever
out.
you'd like. Yeah. Just so you know that your employees here are denying services to the public by locking their door. So that's not a good look for them.
Attorney's office said to turn it off, so turn it off.
Yeah, no, I'm not going
And
to
if
do
you're not
that.
going to turn it off, then I'm just going to ask you to leave.
You can ask me to leave, Jerry.
I'm
That's
gonna-
fine. But
I'm
I'm
sorry,
not.
I have to ask you to leave.
I understand that. But what I'm going to explain to you just one
Listen,
thing is that
I don't want to hear anything.
I
If I'm
mean
told to
you
do
don't have to hear
something,
anything.
I'm just
You
gonna
could do
ask
what
you to leave.
you could
You
do
don't
whatever
wanna
you need to
leave?
do.
That's fine.
Yes, ma'am. I explained that to you already. Yes, I'm taking the not your picture in particular, but the town hall in general. I already explained it to I already explained it to them, ma'am. Would you like me to explain it to you? Would you like me to explain it to you, ma'am? So I'm an independent journalist. I'm gathering content for a story. There's no need for alarm, okay? This is a public building.
You're not permitted to be recording in a government facility, so.
Ma'am,
that is what was
you're
told to me.
you're mistaken, and whoever told you that is also mistaken, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be difficult with you. I'm really not. All I'm doing is, like I told you.
If you're trying to gather any kind of information, you can ask us whatever you want rather than
Well-
walking around with your video camera.
Well, how do you know I wasn't going to get to that part? I'm not up to that part
Because you
yet.
haven't asked anybody a
I've
single
only been
question.
here.
You've been walking
I've
around.
only been here for 8 minutes now.
You've been recording for 8 minutes. You haven't told anybody why or what you'd like.
I
or
told
any
Jerry
questions.
why. I told you why. I told the
You
woman
did
over
tell me
there.
why. You told me that you were an independent
Journalist gathering content for a
But you
story.
didn't ask me any questions yet.
I'm not up to that part yet, and I don't have to ask you questions, ma'am. You have to answer my questions. I don't have to
We
answer
can
your
ask
questions.
you to leave and not to record any longer.
You could ask me to do that, yes, and I can.
And I've asked you,
and I can
other
polite.
people in this office have also asked you to
I'm
do
I'm gonna politely refuse that request because I'm not breaking any laws, and I'm not breaking any type of laws or even policy. I'm sure. So,
Okay.
if anything, I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity right now, ma'am. So that's all. This is good education for everybody that works here. Can I speak to a supervisor, Jerry?
that. I am the supervisor here.
Oh, you are. Gotcha. I mean, you
My
didn't tell me
name
that
is
before.
Julie Chen at the two,
As quickly as possible. Like if I'm a criminal. So this is a town hall 2, Jerry. There's a town hall 1.
Yep.
Okay. And what is that on the other side?
Andrew Street. Corner.
I'm gonna go over there
north-
too.
The north, corner.
I'm sure when the police get here, they're gonna explain everything to you guys. So it's not that big of a deal.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you, ma'am?
Good. You said you're from the press?
Yeah, ma'am. So can I ask who you are? Because the last lady, she wouldn't tell me who she was.
I'm the Deputy Director of Communications.
Oh, great, cool. Okay.
Can I
And your
help you
name
with
is?
something? Rebecca?
Rebecca. Nice to
Yes.
meet you, Rebecca. So I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story here
Sure.
at Town Hall. And everybody here seems to be very upset that I'm recording. I'm not sticking my camera into anybody's face. I'm not making any kind of disturbance. All I'm doing is just gathering content for what you guys have here in the building in Town Hall,
What exactly are you looking for?
No, I'm just taking pictures and videos of the building. I probably would have, this is not. I'm here just to exercise my First Amendment right, freedom of press, in a public
Usually,
building.
people would just contact our office first so we can facilitate it.
Yeah, I understand that's a way you can do it, but
Yeah.
as far as rights go, I don't have to ask permission to exercise my rights, Rebecca. But I'm not trying to be
It's
difficult.
not exercising your rights, more just like common courtesy, just like let us know that you're here so we can show you around. All that
No,
stuff,
well,
so not a problem.
once I got here, I did explain why I was here. I don't have to do that either, Rebecca. But I did explain to you, to your people here, that to the employees here, what exactly I was doing. I didn't just stay quiet or anything, and try and like start a response or anything. I told them I'm an independent journalist.
Sure.
I'm gathering content for a story, which means looking at all these signs here, checking out everything that's going on inside of Town Hall, which is a public building. And now this woman who didn't want to identify herself, I appreciate you identifying yourself. She's apparently calling the police on me, and the police are just going to tell you the same thing I'm telling you if they know the law, that I'm able to record in a public building, man. And that's all I'm doing.
Well, it's not an issue, but it's just disturbing the workplace and all that. So if there's anything in particular you need, we can help you get that.
No,
photos, all
no.
that stuff, so,
But
yeah.
the way you say that I'm disturbing the workplace, it's kind of unfair because I'm not. They're disturbing themselves, Rebecca.
Well, it's just more like people are not used to having.
I
come in the
understand.
camera, so.
I can understand that part, but I personally am not causing any kind of disturbance or disturbing anything. I'm not in anybody's way. I haven't even talked to anybody. I'm just simply gathering content for my story here. That's it. There's nothing else I'm doing. That's
Sure,
it.
That's fine. But
Okay.
the next time you want to do something like this, I would appreciate you could reach out to our office. We'd help facilitate everything, and make sure everything's done, appropriately. And,
Yeah, and apparently she called the town lawyers, and they said that couldn't do it. So, it's just surprising to me that you seem to know, which is good. You seem to know that I have the permission to be in here, but when you have a security guard, the deputy clerk, supervisor, all these people over here, look, they're all stopping their jobs for a man with a camera. So I'm not, it might not be normal to them, but it's normal to me because I'm a journalist. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just exercising my rights here today, and that's it.
Sure. Is there
Okay.
anything else you need? I mean.
Well,
do you have
no,
all the stuff that you want?
she did call the police on me, so I'm going to stay here and wait for the police to show up, so that way she can be educated by law enforcement and everybody else. They lock their doors over here. This is a public building. You can't lock doors. You know, somebody can file a lawsuit that they're refusing service, that they're
I don't
locking
think
the
it's that they're
door.
refusing service. I think it's just more they're concerned. They weren't really aware of what you're doing.
But I told, just like I told you, I told them. I told them. I didn't just. I don't have
People
to.
may be concerned. So,
I know you
yeah.
can be concerned, but you know,
crazy world
it's
out there,
it's good. It's a good thing that they have somebody like you working here that's going to come here and de-escalate the encounter, because it's calling the police and doing all those kinds of things. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to just take pictures and videos of Town Hall, North Hempstead Town Hall, right? That's where I am. Yeah, so that's all I'm trying to do, Rebecca. Really.
Sure.
Okay.
So is there anything else you need? I mean.
Oh well, I'm gonna wait here. I'm gonna wait here until law enforcement arrives, because
Okay.
she did call law enforcement on me. So you know, I'm gonna make sure that law enforcement educates this woman over here, and you know, that's it. And then I'll probably be on my way, and you'll never see me again.
Okay.
But
I mean, is there anything else you need? Information or what?
no, not right now.
Do you have a card?
Not right now. No, I don't have any cards on
Okay.
me. No, I don't have any cards on me. No. But thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate you coming, talking to me calmly, and
Sure.
you understanding the freedom of press aspect of this. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Rebecca.
No problem.
Thank you. Are you this woman's direct supervisor or no?
I am not. No.
Okay.
I work in the press office.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you're very familiar with the press then. So I would just like to speak to her supervisor. If that's something you can help me out with.
Oh, I can't facilitate that. So I mean, if there's anything you need, like I said. I'm
Okay.
more than-
Well, I'll ask her, ma'am. Can I please speak to your supervisor, please?
You can, but he is not on premise right now.
He's not on prep. What is he in the other side of the town hall?
No, he's not here.
You only have one supervisor, ma'am.
I do.
So nobody else is above you besides one person? Okay. Well, that's interesting. And what would that person's name be? And their title?
Wink.
Town clerk what?
Wayne Wink.
Wayne Wink? Okay, thank you. And you're not going to give me your name, right?
Julie Chen, Deputy Town Clerk.
Sylvie Chen?
Julie.
Julie Chen? Thank you. Appreciate it. Because, you know, the way you acted in calling law enforcement on me is not the proper response for something like
I
this.
don't normally like to give my name to people who I don't trust and
Well,
who's walking around. I've asked you several times.
Honestly, Sylvie, if you don't like giving your name to people, maybe you should find a different job where you don't work for the public.
Maybe you should also find a different job. How about that? Don't judge me.
But I'm not doing anything that's against my job, Sylvie. Julie.
I'm trying to protect myself and the people who work in this office.
Protect yourself
You
from
are not
somebody.
making me feel protected at all or feel safe at all, which will be communicated to the police, which is exactly what I've already spoken to them about.
I understand
I
that.
don't think there's a single person who's watching this video who will watch it or who's watching it now who will disagree.
I highly doubt that.
So let's try.
I highly doubt that. Julie Chen, deputy clerk.
Thank you for coming so quickly.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
What's going on? How are you?
Good. I'm doing great.
Do you want to talk to me outside so your privacy, or do you want to talk to me?
No,
right
we could
here?
talk here.
Okay,
That's
whatever
fine.
you feel comfortable with. What's going on? I
So
wanna hear
nothing.
Your side of the story.
Yeah, no, nothing. I just walked in here and I'm filming. I'm
that's completely-
I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
Okay.
And I was just filming like that map behind you, and you know, just different signs in here, and
Okay.
you know, maybe ask a couple questions. But you know, the employees here, the public employees here, were very hostile and got upset and concerned, and I can understand the concern. But when I'm talking to you and I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing here, I don't have to do that, but I'm telling you that I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story. This is a town hall. I have every
story are
right to
you
be
doing?
here.
Just out of curiosity.
I'm not going to release that information right now, but I am working on a story, and you know, I appreciate it. Can I get your name and badge number, by the way?
It's Officer Malarkey, 2919. You can
All right.
see everything right here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. So, Officer Malarkey, yeah, that's basically all that's going on here. There's nothing nefarious afoot. Just me gathering content and exercising my First Amendment right. That's all.
Okay. I understand that. I'm going to talk to them because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I'm going to be honest with you. I know certain places have rules. I'm sorry. Let me roll on my radio.
Yeah.
I know certain places, public places, do have rules
Mm-hmm.
about cameras because due to other people's privacies. I'm going to find out what their policy is. They've been stated here and whatnot. So my partner's here.
Okay.
So I'm going to find out what they're saying. Okay, and then we'll figure it out from
Just
there. Okay?
just any policy that you have doesn't trump the First Amendment of the Constitution. Just so you know,
Absolutely.
and also
Sir,
that the
I
onus
just
is on
need to
them.
find out-
No,
I
no
just
problem.
need to find out their time.
Yeah, the onus is on them to protect their
You're not in
privacy.
trouble. I just want to figure out their side of the story too.
Yeah, of course.
I'm hearing your side.
Sure, okay.
So I'm just gonna talk to them and we'll figure this out.
Sure,
All right.
sure. How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Can I get your name and badge number?
Hold Hold on a second.
Sure.
Just let him talk. Okay?
Sure.
We'll get all that. Don't worry about
I
it.
don't know if what the rules are here, but he
What are the rules in here?
I called town attorney's office and we were told that because we're a government facility that people are not allowed to just walk around the building.
Okay. Who said that?
Our town attorney.
He needs an education.
Besides the fact that we don't feel safe.
Anywhere.
Yeah, what's the name of the hospital? Which hospital over here?
Everybody's lying.
It is, but right now during COVID, we're only doing by appointments.
Do you have an appointment?
I don't need one. I got in without an appointment, sir.
Okay, unfortunately, they're saying that I'm not really sure if it's stated here, and we're gonna have to find out. You might have to make an appointment. Would you
Yeah,
be
maybe
interested in doing that?
if I needed services from somebody, I don't need any services from anybody.
But don't you want to ask some questions though for your journal?
Well, no, because I need an appointment to do that, so I'm not gonna go through that. I'm just taking pictures of the signs and everything I could see from public, ma'am. That's all.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing here today.
I'm sorry.
That's your reason for being here?
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist, gathering content for a
Yeah.
story, sir.
He's doing a story. He doesn't really want to disclose it right now, which is that's fine. But he just wanted to, but you do want to ask
But
some
don't we have a
questions.
right to
Maybe.
put her on camera?
Well, you have no expectation of privacy in public, ma'am.
I
I'm
do,
not
I'm
sure
a person.
what this place entails, if it's a public place.
I am a
Yeah.
human being that has a right to be recorded or not recorded. So
No, you should choose a different profession, ma'am. Honestly, I'm not trying to be an a-hole with you. I'm just trying to say that you're a public
Are you
employee.
almost done? Or what?
Well, yeah, I'll be done in a few minutes. I'll be done in a
Can
few
you do us
minutes.
a favor, maybe just wrap it up, because everybody in here feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean,
I know you have the right and what you're saying,
yeah.
but for them,
Yeah.
when they feel uncomfortable, they got work to do.
They should just. I'm just gonna fade into the background. They can get back to their
I know,
work,
but
and
it's uncomfortable for anybody that they know they're being videoed. All the
I know,
time.
but
they're just trying to work.
I didn't go up to people and start recording them, officer. And can I get your name and badge number, please?
It's Andrew Miro right there.
I can't see that far.
3222. Zoom in.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
All right, come on. Let's stay professional here.
I am being professional.
Let's stay professional.
Yes, you do us a
To be
favor.
honest, Sean,
A half
you
hour, I
can
think you got the
continue.
whole place.
Yeah, I haven't
Sean,
been here
you
for a
can
half hour.
continue, but there are other people that are performing private business here. You can continue doing that once you're finished.
Yeah,
And,
and I don't. Yeah,
respectfully,
but
there's no more business for you to be performed, and your business has stopped, then you can leave. Correct?
respectfully, Malarkey, you do not tell me when my business is finished.
Absolutely.
Respectfully.
I'm not saying that, and I'm speaking respectfully to you too, as well.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'm just trying to I'm trying to help both sides.
Yeah.
And you're saying that you're recording, you're trying to get everything at a certain point, like how long are you going to stay here? 'Cause
Yeah, but
they are stating that they're only.
I'm
doing
on
things
the
by
side.
visitation.
I'm on the side following the law. They're on the side just of their own personal opinion. I'm following the law. I'm exercising a First Amendment
I
right.
understand that. We're just trying to say, can you be considerate?
Yeah.
Forget
Well,
about
as soon as
the
I'm,
law.
as soon as
They're
I'm,
asking if you could just be considerate.
they weren't very
Wrap it
considerate.
up, get whatever you gotta get,
do you,
and go.
officer, do you think that calling the police on somebody is a considerate? They weren't
You're
being
going to a
considerate of
private
me.
room that you're not supposed to be
That's
able
not
to
a
have.
private room, sir.
According to them, it is. They work here. It's a
That's,
private room.
that door
It's
was
private.
wide open, sir, and it says please come in right there. You can read it. So it's an invitation to come
Do what
in.
you
I
gotta
didn't
do,
go.
man, and then just
Great.
wrap it up if you can.
Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people not doing their jobs.
Normally, you're supposed to get permission across the street before you do this.
No,
I'm here
no.
50 years, you're supposed to go across the street, show your credentials and get permission.
No, ma'am. No. That's not true.
Not true?
I'll speak to her.
Yeah, sure. Camera there. 2 cameras up there.
All right, no problem. All right, Sean.
Take care. All right, so apparently there's another side to town hall. We're gonna go check that one out now. Hopefully find Julie's boss. Thanks, Jerry.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right, guys. So we just left the first building that was town hall that had the building division, town clerk. So this is another building We're gonna check this one out. North Hempstead has multiple town hall buildings. This one has human resources, info technology, comptroller, town attorney. The same town attorney who was so ignorant and said that I couldn't film here. Supervisor, deputy supervisor, boardroom, town board services, purchasing, administration services.
Sir,
Yes.
you come down?
No.
Do you have an appointment?
No, I'm not coming down.
Sir, do you have an appointment?
Excuse me?
Do you have an appointment?
This is not a restricted area, sir. This is not a restricted area, sir. This is town hall.
Right, so.
So I would ask
Do you
that
have
you.
any,
I would
appointments
ask.
here?
I would ask that you stand down, please. Stand down.
I'm standing right here.
Stand
You
down.
walk to me.
Stand
Do you have
down.
any appointments?
I don't need an appointment to be here. This is a town hall. I'm conducting business. I don't think you do understand. You're trying to keep me and prevent my movement.
I'm just asking you if you have an appointment.
I have business here. Did you not just see the two police officers over there? Stand down, everybody. Just the guy with the camera. What's your name, sir?
I'm Stephen Pollock.
Stephen who?
Stephen Pollock, what's your name?
Stephen Pollock?
Yes,
Yeah,
what's your name?
I didn't give it. I didn't give
Okay.
it. Great.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Work on. You gotta
How
be
are
a
you
little
doing
bit,
today?
little bit more friendly.
Yeah.
A little bit more friendly, and
Thank
you'd be great. What position do you hold here at the town hall?
I am the Director of Governmental Research.
Wow. What is it? What do you do? What does that? What does
A
that
whole bunch of
entail?
things.
Director of Governmental Research.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what does that? What does that entail? Obviously, following journalists around. Is that part of your job description?
I just want to make sure that you have the appropriate.
Are you
help
doing
that
research on journalists? Is that what?
You have made other employees feel uncomfortable, and I was called to just see what was going on
Oh, okay.
because I care about my coworkers.
Oh, okay. You get. Does it look like I'm gonna
You
be
made
committing
them
any
feel very
crime?
uncomfortable. So that's why I was called.
So uncomfortable is like a state of mind, you know what I mean? So they can change that on their own and not be uncomfortable
I'll tell them
because
to feel that way.
you know what I mean? Because a camera, how does a camera make you feel uncomfortable?
It's not normal. I
ca-
understand what you're doing is
there's
lawful,
there's
but,
there's
it's
there's
not normal that people
there's
just
cameras
go around
everywhere over here,
recording.
Steve, there's cameras everywhere,
Are you
right?
kidding me? I had no idea.
So why don't they feel uncomfortable with those cameras?
So it's for security
Did you?
purposes.
But did you know that I can get the video footage from those cameras, Steve?
You're foil, I'm familiar.
Okay, so what's the difference between me using my own
I'm not even
recording
sure what we're
device?
talking about. So you asked me what my name was, you asked me what my title
Okay,
was.
all right, great.
Did you check in for your visit?
Did I check in?
Yeah. When
No.
visitors come here, they check in. You should check in.
Typically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meeting everybody, so you should check in.
No. I'm not gonna
No?
check in.
Oh, that's
No.
weird.
What does checking in entail, Steve?
Checking with public safety to let them know why you're here and what you're doing.
No, but what does that entail?
You should ask Joey, I'll tell you.
I mean, you're the one talking. Joe's not talking to me about it. You are. So
That's
I'm asking
completely
you.
irrelevant. You should check in with Joey, please.
No, Joe hasn't talked to me about it, so.
Please
I'm-
hold on right here, please. Thank you.
Yeah. What's up, Joe? You need my driver's license? Really? To enter in a town hall? Wow. Do you do that with everybody?
Yeah.
Every single person that comes into town hall, you tell them, you make them give you your driver's license. Did you know that's a violation of the Fourth Amendment? Yeah, so yeah, I'm trying to speak to the town attorney. This is very concerning that you're forcing free American citizens to relinquish their driver's license, which is a violation of the Fourth Amendment. I understand. Well, you're not going to get my license. I'm not going to allow you to violate my rights to enter in a public building, but that's something I will take up with the town attorney for sure. Thanks, Joe. Interesting. You have to give up your driver's license to enter into town hall.
Did not say give up.
He said to give it to him.
To check it out, to check you in.
Yeah. No, you don't. That's not how it works. You have a Fourth Amendment protection of search and seizure of my identity. That's.
How do we know that you're a constituent of the town, or how do we know what your business is here if you don't check in?
No,
Have
see,
you been
because
to Nassau County?
because you don't need business to be in a town hall. You don't need business.
To any other town hall?
I've been to plenty of town halls, and I have not checked into not one of them.
That's
But
interesting. I'd like to go with you. But I
yeah,
don't think that's true.
yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes they will. I have seen people have the same policy here, and just so you know, Steve, policy it goes Constitution, laws, policies. So if the policy breaks the law, like when we have policies about colored people going into restaurants. That was a policy, right? But it violated the law. So just because it's a policy doesn't mean it's right. And this is why I do what I do, because now I found a town hall who requires people to surrender their identification to enter it, which is unconstitutional.
No one's saying to you to surrender your license. You are misusing.
He just asked me for my ID. He said that everybody who comes into
and surrender. You're using two different words.
Have you ever purchased something that requires you to be a certain age?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever purchased something that requires you to be a certain age with medication?
Yeah, of course.
How you show them your ID,
Yes.
they look at it, verify your credentials,
Yes.
and they give it back, that's all it was going to be.
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is that, yes, you need ID to purchase tobacco products or alcohol or stuff like that. And I understand that, and I understand your point. But my point is that this is a public building that's open to the public, that it belongs to every public citizen here. So that's unreasonable. You know what I mean? That would be unreasonable. And I understand that's not your rules, Joe, and it might not be even your rules, Steve. But it's something that I'm definitely going to be pursuing and following up on with the town attorney. But I understand what you were trying to say, Joe. But it's not applicable here. Thanks.
You should know who's in the building. I think that's a good idea.
You should know who's in the building?
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is an emergency. That would be smart, right?
I don't know. I don't think anything's smart that requires people to.
Check in. I guess when I go on an airplane, I shouldn't check in.
Well, that's a private. That's a private business. That's a private business.
Right.
This is a public.
Knowing who's on a plane or knowing who's at town hall, it's important to know. For
Yeah.
safety
No, I agree with the plane. I don't agree with town hall at all. This is a public building, Steve.
reasons. So
Thanks.
we can continue to do this.
Yeah. No, I know. Thank you.
Sir, did you check in?
Who are
I'm
you?
an employee. Who are you?
No. What's your name and position here, sir?
What's your name? Do you have an ID?
Are you the town attorney?
I'm not. What's your name?
So I don't really want to talk to you then.
What's your name?
I thought you were somebody that was going to be able
Do you
to
have an
help
ID?
me.
You identified yourself as being part of the press?
Yeah,
Do you have
I'm
an ID?
an independent journalist. Yeah.
Do you have an ID? Credentials?
No, I don't need that. That's not what I need. But you're a public employee, so shouldn't you identify yourself to the public?
I'm not here to be interviewed today, sir. We just want to make sure that there's no security.
Excuse me,
risks
sir.
or threats.
Security risk? So I don't know who you are, so I'm not going to continue to talk to you because I don't know who you are.
Just please check in as a security risk.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that
Why not?
because I don't have to.
There's a child on the door.
So it's fine. So you're here, Joey. We're all going to go do our work.
I hope so. That'd be great.
Sure. Which is what we're doing. We're just concerned that.
But why would you be concerned? I'm going to call you. Hey, nobody's talking to you. Nobody's talking to you. I'm talking to this gentleman. I'm talking to this gentleman. No, I have not. You have been rude. You have been rude, Steve.
Check in like every other person.
I'm not going to surrender my Fourth Amendment right to check into a public building.
There's a policy that's posted on the door.
Yeah, who are you, ma'am?
I work here and I'm just
As
telling you
in
that
what capacity? Why does nobody want to say what capacity? You guys are public employees. I don't understand. What is the big secret? You know, I can find out your name, your address, everything about you. You're a public employee. You understand that, right? You too, ma'am.
There's no secrets here.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Why can't you just tell me who you are? What do you do here?
Why don't you tell us who you are and how we can help you?
But I'm not a public employee, man.
You don't have a right to interview people just on.
Am I asking you to do an interview? I'm asking you your name. I'm asking for your name and
it's the policy. It's outside.
I'm asking for your name and your position here. I'm not asking for anything. I'm not cursing. I'm not yelling. I'm not doing anything. I'm just, you talk to me. I didn't come up to you. You don't want to be interviewed, but yet you're the one that talked to me. If you didn't want to be interviewed, you should have just kept on about your day, sir.
I just want to make sure that the building is safe and that there are no.
How do I know who
security
you are?
risks.
How do I know who you are? That you have any authority to be talking to me right now? You could just be some random guy off the street, right? You have no authority to tell me anything in this building. Neither does Steve, neither does Joe, neither does Rich. Everybody else gave me their names. What's the secret?
None of us want to do this. We just want to go about our work.
So you can do that. You're free to do that.
Please feel free to sit. You can stand in this area.
Yeah.
Sure. The rooms that are beyond access, you
Yeah. So what you're doing, all you're doing now is trying to tell me something so you can walk out of here and feel like you won. But you can go back to your. I'm gonna call you. No, I'm gonna call you no name. I'm gonna call. Nobody's talking to you again, Steve. I'm gonna call you no name because you don't want to give me your name. No name, ma'am. I'm sorry. If there is a policy, I would just for educational purposes, a policy does not trump the rights of
Yes, but our building,
of the people.
if you
It's
cannot
not your
leave
no.
this area,
That's a
not
big
coming in.
that's a big mistake, ma'am. It's not your building. How you just said that. That's the mentality public employees
In this
have.
building, the policy
Yes, this is
that
my
you must
building.
sign
This is
in.
our building together.
Are you a North Hempstead resident?
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's our building. It's our building, ma'am. It's my building.
So we're
Your
not gonna
building.
argue with you.
I'm not.
We're not
You guys can go about your day.
We are, so
Great.
thank you.
Thank
So
you.
you have your video, that's great. You
can go about your day now.
I'm trying to explain to you, we're not having a constitutional argument.
I hope not.
I'm sure you didn't come here to demean public employees, right, by saying.
I didn't come here to talk to any public employees. Public employees decided to talk to me, sir.
Okay. So this has been a pleasure, of course.
Great.
So
Have a great
the
day.
two public safety officers, we've asked you to sign in as every resident and other.
Oh,
resident
I'll
in the
be.
building.
So what you're telling me is that
I'm not saying
it's.
anything, sir. We've asked you to do it. You've declined to do it. That's fine. We're gonna
Oh,
work
okay.
with two public
Great.
safety officers.
No, I want to get that policy changed. That's all I'm saying.
Certainly,
Me
sir,
personally.
you-
I'll be at the next town meeting.
Okay. So all we're doing is just please, don't try to go beyond the access points where you're.
Sir, I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What was your name again?
Nice try. I didn't give my name.
Oh, okay.
I didn't give it. You didn't give yours either.
Okay.
And there's a difference. You're a public employee. I'm not. So shame on you for not giving your name
You
to it.
identified yourself as press and then haven't disclosed any credentials.
Because I don't need to. I don't need to. I don't need to. Because the police were being courteous to me and they were being nice to me.
This couldn't be any
No. Look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people all surrounding me because I'm walking around with the
I'd be
camera.
happy to leave.
I'm
but
just
we're
all
just
I'm doing is
trying to
walking
help
around the
you.
camera.
Our
That's all I'm
jobs are to
doing.
help our residents.
We're good. We're gonna go upstairs.
Great.
You do your
Have
thing.
a nice day.
Guys, public safety, please just continue to do what
You guys can follow me around and do what you need to do. All right, guys. So this is the main town hall building, which I went to second, which has the town attorney, supervisor, and a few other offices in it. Where we went first, where the Nassau County Police were called, is over here. That has the building division and the town clerk in it. So all in all, guys, it was definitely a pretty rough audit. A lot of people coming at me from different angles, being very rude, uneducated. They actually talked to the town attorney, and the town attorney actually told them that I wasn't allowed to film in a government building. So that's pretty scary when the town attorney doesn't know the law. Also, apparently, everybody that enters this building has to give up their driver's license and ID themselves. Everybody except me, of course, because I refused. Very concerning that you would have to give up your Fourth Amendment right of search and seizure of your identity just to get into a building that we own, we the people. But we're here to educate. We're not here to antagonize or anything like that. Hopefully they learn their lesson. Nassau County Police Department definitely gets an A+ in my book, especially Officer Malarkey. The other officer, not so much, but he was a little sarcastic and rude. But at the end of the day, I'm going to follow back up with this town hall here. Maybe I'll go check.
This visit reveals more than just misunderstanding. It exposes how easily our rights can be trampled under the guise of policy. When IDs become mandatory to enter a public space, and when public employees forget they serve the people, it's up to us to remind them. Stay calm, stay informed, and never surrender your rights for the sake of convenience or compliance. Because if we don't defend the Constitution at the door, it might not be there when we walk back out.